off, you guys were just entering Fort Malus. An individual that you met at the gate, Geyer met at the gate and explained that you guys were a group of traveling merchants and would like to basically show the wares that you guys have for a possible transaction here at Fort Malus. It looked like they were suspicious at first, but when they noticed that you had elves with you, their attitudes changed and they invited you in, hopefully that perhaps to do a favor for them. And you guys were led through the front gates and into this massive courtyard, where you can see he is kind of moving on. Now, I believe I did make a mistake on the description of this guy. I did show you a picture of him, but I think I said to you guys that he had a sword. He does not actually have a sword. He has a large hammer over his back. Okay? I got that description wrong a little bit. But he leads you into the courtyard, and you can see he is walking with purpose in the midst of this rain. It's been raining for I think it rained before you got, all through the night. It's been one of those steady, just long rains. You can see he's walking with purpose, and he's coming towards kind of like a diagonal direction on your screen to the south east is the direction he's walking. And I'm just going to describe a little bit of what you guys see in this massive courtyard inside these walls. So the first thing that you guys notice to the left of you is there's about a meter-high circular stone wall. Inside of it, there is this massive tree. The one thing that you do notice about the tree, though, is it looks half dead. It looks as if the branches are withering and there's not really any leaves on it. You do notice that there are probably about 3 what look to be bright yellowish fruits hanging from a few of the taller limbs of the tree. Straight ahead of you, where this individual is walking, you see there's a really large, smoldering pile of wood. It looks like a great bonfire, but the rain is kind of dampened down the flames, and all it is just the leftovers, the remnants of what was a large bonfire. You can see there's still some smoke trailing up a little bit, and there's probably some hot coals down in there underneath all of that, but it looks like it's kind of simmered down. You can see that there's a large keep area, which you guys are getting ready to walk by right here. And then there's several other stone rooms and things all around here. And he's kind of just walking with purpose. While he's walking away, he's kind of just turned his back to you guys, and he's just heading that direction. This young lady who came down from the top, she's just kind of standing there watching you guys as you guys are kind of following. But is there anything that you guys would do right now, or are you just kind of steadily following behind?
I found 5 gold in a bear's ear.
Oh, Albert found 5 gold.
I would just I'll give it to the duck to keep.
You'll give it to the duck to keep? Okay.
He's our financial officer.
That's why he took all my money. When this
I ain't gonna say no to free money.
When the guy said he needs Belthus to go translate things, but it just starts walking away from last week. Kauska pretty much decides to shadow Belthus completely because she's like, "You are not going anywhere alone in a fort where we don't know anything."
Yeah, and Numeral would also be going as a fellow elf with potential translation skills.
Okay, perfect.
I don't trust Belthus's brain to work so good.
Tell us how you really feel, Tinny.
Geyer would ask, before Kauska starts walking away, if he could have your wine skin.
Of course. She would pass it off. Without question or thought. It's Geyer. He can have whatever he wants.
Geyer's actually going to move the wagon over a little bit towards the tree.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And get a little closer. One, because, curiosity, golden apples, and hey, those are yellowish fruit. And to start getting things together. and also going to, because we have like bowls and things for our when we're making food at camp.
Uh-huh.
Geyer's going to take out one of his pots, and he's getting everything situated. Going to pour the wine from the wine glass into the pot,
Okay.
and dump the sleeping potion he bought into it as well, or not bought, stole
Into the pot or into the water skin?
into the pot. So basically, making a drugged wine.
Oh.
And
Slipping,
then just taking some of the small bowls that we use when, Tenumel's made stew and whatnot. And just place it right at the end of the wagon, like as a little offering for people who come up and...
I do have a question to ask you, Geyer. Are you being sneaky about this? Because that woman is kind of watching you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I'm not...
Go ahead and make a sneaking roll. Or you can either choose sneaking or sleight of hand.
I'll do sleight of hand.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
we're good.
success. Oh, yeah. So you kind of turn around, and it's kind of one of those situations where she's kind of like walking back up these stairs, kind of like to the like upper part of the wall, but she's got kind of her eyes on you as you take the cart off to the side. She's not really sure what you're up to. It's kind of suspicious. You're not just like following the other guy. You're just like rolling in and parking the cart somewhere else and off by yourself.
And as she's watching, once I've done that, I'm going to start going into the stuff that we've got in the wagon that we're bringing back to sell.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the chainmail that we found that's there, my gilded chainmail that I don't wear anymore.
Hmm.
So that's I'm just sort of like laying it towards the back so they can see it.
Oh yeah, and your friend would still be in the cart because I think he was hiding in the cart,
Yep.
so he wasn't. Belthus, I have a question for you. How closely are you following this guy? Are you like right on his heels as he
Yeah, like
walks?
side by side.
Okay. Okay. So as you're walking with him, Belthus, he kind of looks towards you. It's some unique armor you have. I can't say I've recognized the embellishments. Where exactly are you from?
Nowhere important.
Well, an outcast.
Just a simple bodyguard.
He kind of continues to walk, and he's like, well, your employer must pay well in your service.
He is quite generous, actually. I have to admit, your armor looks quite impressive.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Very fond of it. Yeah.
Are you a knight of Eladane?
You recognize the symbols.
Yes, I made friends with the knight of Eladane.
You have.
Yes.
Who, may I ask?
She's very nice. I wonder if you know her. She has, her name's Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia Shadowleaf. Yeah. Yeah, we know one another.
Oh, you do? I would cough and make a hand motion, and under my, I would say the word for telepathy.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Catherine starts coughing too, just because she's afraid.
Are you just doing like the level 1?
I'm gonna look, because I'm gonna decide
Okay.
Oh no.
how high I want to go on this. I want to see what the upgrades do again. Telepathy. You can read the surface thoughts of another person. Accessing deeper memories requires power level 2 or even more, depending on how fresh the memory is. The GM has the final say. You can also use the spell to send your thoughts.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for like a 2.
Okay.
Power level
So
2.
it'll be
So that's
4 willpower.
yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna burn it. I think it's worth it.
Okay, so you're trying to not only read surface thoughts, but you're trying to get a little bit of deeper information from
Yeah.
this.
A little deeper memory, maybe, of perhaps last time he saw Ophelia.
Yeah. Actually, you get as you kind of get into the zone while you're walking. You're it's hard to hide it a lot because you kind of go into this motion where your kind of like eyes sometimes flash and glow, and you know he's kind of walking away from you, so you're singing in the back, but Belthus can see what's going on in his
I'll take the rope hand and have and walk her with me, so that she doesn't run into walls while this is happening.
And she's like going into her like
It's just a
mind
little
reading
half
mode.
Drag her.
As you kind of get that like weird like lightheadedness, and that's kind of like almost like vortex of spinning thoughts and things are just rushing through your mind and your mind's eye. You do see them a couple different interactions kind of happen really quickly. Like some are like nice interactions. You know, it seems like they're pretty friendly and they know one another. There is one reaction though where they have a little bit of a disagreement. And Ophelia and this individual, it seems like it kind of like shouts towards Ophelia. You're just way too passive. Listen. We need to act now. We don't have the time for this. We have to communicate with the dragons. That's the only way. It's the only way we can bring the empire back. We have to rekindle this relationship, and it has to happen now. And like Ophelia comes back and says, but we don't have the resources. We don't have the support. We don't have the numbers. How do we even know where they are? We'll find them. But we gotta start looking today. And they have kind of like this ongoing like conflict about one person wants to be aggressive, one person wants to be a little bit timid. And that's when you kind of like zoom out of it.
And then from the surface level of his thoughts about her, do I get like a sense of like shock, resentment, frustration?
A little bit of frustration.
Yeah.
You get the sense like he wishes they could see eye to eye so they could work together, but it just wasn't. It wasn't in the cards for them. Like they have the same like you see they have the same like goals and purposes in mind, just different ways of approaching them.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Does he ask me any questions back if I mentioned her or anything?
As you're kind of like walking away, it's like he basically kind of as he's like just talking straight ahead. It's
Yeah.
Like, where did you see her? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's doing well. She was in town, one of the towns we passed through.
Oh. I'm glad that she's doing well.
Would you like me to tell her you're doing well or not well? Are you doing well, sir?
I'll be doing a lot better once we get this all sorted out. But yeah, I'm great.
What's your name again? I don't recall.
Now I can't remember how I pronounced it last time.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce it Nicklion or did I pronounce Nicklian?
I think it was Nicklian last.
Nicklian? Okay. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but I mean I can see that I can pronounce it two different ways. So I'll say Nicklian is how he pronounces it. So he looks to you and says, I'm Nicklian. And he shouted the name Isadelia last time. And as you guys are walking past this smoldering bonfire, you can see that coming out of a doorway is another knight. And I will show you guys a picture of what she looks like. Show to players, show to everyone. This is her. Now, she, in fact,
Ooh, she's pretty.
has a longsword and a shield kind of strapped to her back, a very large shield. And you can see that her armor is very, almost identical to the armor that, like, Ophelia wears. And she is decked out. And she walks out, and I need all of you that are over here right now. I need those individuals actually, anybody who had followed him can make awareness rolls for me. She's stepping out of this room.
Succeed.
Indeed.
I succeed.
Belthus fails.
Fail.
This is why we're with you.
Belthus must be looking at the smoldering fire.
Yeah. The helmet gets in the way too.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, you get like a bane on your
Yes.
awareness?
Yeah.
Looks
Just hear my
like
own thoughts rattling around in there.
Elsica
You know?
also succeeded.
There's thoughts rattling?
Henri succeeded. So as she walks out of the room, she walks kind of quickly out of the room. And those of you that succeed just get a glimpse of this. But as the door is shutting, you guys notice there is another person in that room that she was just in. It looks as if she is of what you can see. You can just see a quick glimpse of what looks to be a blonde-haired female elf with her hands behind her back. As the door comes to a close and Isidalia comes out.
Hey,
walks
Kalsuka,
out.
you wanna send us your links and notes?
Sure thing. But that's her.
This just sounds like perhaps
It's
something that we were
definitely
looking for.
her. It's definitely. I'm gonna find her name in a moment. Give me a second.
But you can
Yeah,
see
I
as
think-
Isidalia comes out, like she
Yeah,
takes
his
like
name
one
was
step down. There's like one step from the doorway. She walks a couple steps and she kind of does a sigh, like, and then looks towards Nickley and he kind of just does one of these, just waves like this and says, "Look, Isidalia, we've got it all worked out, okay? These fine folks, merchants, traveling merchants, they have elves among them." And you can see kind of her eyes kind of go wide for a second like this. And thank Eladane. And she starts to walk up towards you all. Merchants. They don't look like merchants.
Kalska
And,
just points back because she saw what she saw and she's not able to talk right now.
Okay.
She just motions back at the cart and goes, "Selling things there. These are my parents and I'm following them." I point to Belgium.
Did you just say they're your parents? Make a bluffing
Yeah.
roll for me. Make a bluff roll.
Congratulations.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know what? For the giggles, I'm pushing it because I want this to work, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be really mad. Kalska's a little like dazed at like we've been looking for this elf, and she's like just kind of shocked right now that there's the elf locked in a room. Come on, work.
Oh, you just succeed.
Worth it.
Wow.
He's a precocious child.
See what she kind of looks with one eyebrow raised at the start, but just kind of shrugs it off. You can see like they're kind of focused on whatever they got planned right now. Like that's all they're like thinking about.
You said you want us to translate?
Isidalia looks at her. Yes. We have some script on a doorway that needs to be read so we can get through the doorway.
What's on the other side?
We don't know.
Then why do you want to get through it?
Well, to be honest, if there's something valuable behind it, we would like to get our hands on it.
So why wouldn't we get our hands on it if we're the ones doing the work of getting through the doorway and you can't do it? What do we get out of this arrangement?
Well, I mean, we can get it eventually if we need to. We're just trying to find an easier way, which is opening the door. And you guys can still hear, remember last time I described as if there was something like banging like a metal on stone or something like that? You guys are hearing that coming from the keep area. It's like a constant tink, 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 tink.
So What may we receive in exchange for this favor of yours? Perhaps we should think on it. I'm
Perhaps.
curious. Did I see an elf back there?
They both kind of like look over their shoulders towards where you're pointing. Oh, yeah, she was supposed to be helping us.
And?
Well, she refuses to do so.
Well, if you would like us to do you any favors, we would like to speak with the elf back there.
They kind of look at each other for a second. Why would you need to speak with her?
Price, let us speak and possibly retrieve the elf, or I'm not doing any translating for you.
The Isadelia sighs, a long, deep sigh. Why don't they just cooperate? Like, I don't understand. Why doesn't everyone want to be kind anymore? Why can't anyone help someone?
I have my hand on my dagger.
So would like to mention, you know, my friend Ophelia, I wonder what she would think about all this.
Oh, you know Ophelia, huh? Isadelia says.
We have a lot in common with Ophelia, I think.
We are working together against the demon.
Before this goes too far. Before this goes too far, because it's taking a pretty deep hole. Am I getting any sense of direction from my hunting instincts bird?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Remind me again.
They're all doing that female elf thing. I'm still looking for the
You
guy.
Yeah.
Remind me again what your bird was looking for exactly. Like, what was
The dark-haired version of the guy hiding in the cart, pretty much.
okay? Your bird kind of returned to you and is sitting on your shoulder, and no sign of him.
No sign. All right. I'd like to send Albert to go prop himself up against a tree, like he's trying to climb up the tree, because he gave me a black bear. Black bears can climb. So, trying to climb up that big tree, making a lot of noise, and I'm going to try to use that opportunity to disappear. Actually, that was a... Sorry, I still had Boone on from Birdsong. Let me turn that off.
Okay.
Because I don't know if that was actually a fail.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, where are you sneaking to?
I'm going to sneak off towards this side over here.
Okay. Let's while we're at this moment, Geyer, what exactly are you doing?
So once
Everybody.
Geyer's got everything situated and all the items out, Geyer is going to make a very pointed show of taking out his the glittering Viomaline heavy warhammer.
Ooh.
And setting that out as well, sort of as like a centerpiece.
Oh. Okay.
And then, let me see, what did I just say? Okay, I'm just looking at something real quick. And then, as Geyer had intended to ask Connery something, but looking around, can't see him at the moment.
You do see a massive black bear trying to climb the apple tree.
Geyer's just going to ignore that. And over the next couple of seconds,
happens every day.
it's just going to, at like random spots a few feet in front of me, just use the magic trick puff of smoke just sort of like call attention to the cart.
Okay.
And just, 2 or 3 times. Just a couple little poops and then,
You definitely have the two on the top of the tower's attention up here. They're just kind of like, now they're just to the corner of that top area, and they're just watching you the whole time. Like you're.
So as they come over and look in, Gyro will look up at them and, please, if you have a few moments, even if only one of you at a time, come down. I have wine. I have some armor for sale. We have some weapons. We even have a masterwork heavy warhammer with certain enhancements to it if someone may be interested. Granted, it is one of my pricier items, but...
They both, like, for a second, they look at one another. They both kind of, like, shrug like this, and they both start slowly coming down the steps. And walking towards you.
We'll just sort of gesture where everything's laid out, take a look around. Help yourself, have some wine if you'd like.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
The woman walks up to it. It's like, current employers, they haven't really provided us with any beverages, so why not? And she grabs it. The other guy's like, been a while since I had some wine. I'll take some of that. They both, this is beautiful, and see that like kind of more rotund, shorter individual with the mutton chops. He kind of like looks over the hammer and it's like, oh, this thing's pretty heavy.
We found it a while back and actually found a mage who was able to use this strange glittering gemstone to add this, it's called Viomaline, and he enchanted it somehow. It was marvelous to see.
You know somebody that can enchant. And starts sipping the wine. The woman starts. She's like sipping the wine. She sets like she has a bow. She kind of like sets it down on the table or the kind of like the back of the wagon beside like where you have all the stuff set up. And it's like looking around at some of the things like the gilded chainmail that you put out. It's like, oh, this I don't recognize this. This looks old.
Yes, we found it a while ago. It was actually we were dealing with some goblins outside of Rittermound. And little thieves had taken it from somewhere, and I actually wore it for a short while. It kept me out of a couple of sticky situations. Then they started pat his stomach around me, so...
They both like continue, and you can see out of the corner of your eye, Guy, the conversation is kind of like they've stopped over here by the fire, and it seems like as if there's like a, I don't know, like the conversation got to like this stopping point. Like they're not like walking anywhere anymore, and we'll transition over back to that conversation. It's like, see, Isadelia like looks at you and is like, listen, the elf in that room wants nothing but to stop us from doing what we need to do. We are the good guys.
We're the good guys.
Yes, we all are the good guys.
So then, what's the problem if I'll come to the same conclusion? I'm curious. I'm a real good guy. I closed a demon portal once. Have you ever closed a demon portal? Yeah, so I'm a very good guy. So
well, excellent. We need people that can close demon portals.
Kelsey's just sweating.
If she opened one, I'm not gonna like her either.
I mean, I can't say for certain if she hasn't or has.
Well, let me add her. Maybe I can get more information.
Make a persuasion.
Very good at...
Make a persuasion roll. Go ahead, Belthus.
Oh, she is very good at extracting information from people.
Do I get that with a boon because Belthus is assistant?
And they're desperate. And they're desperate.
The help action.
I am a humble and merciful game master.
Yes, you
So
are.
I will go
Alright,
ahead
now
and I will
you're
grant
gonna
you
roll it.
because Belthus was trying to chime in before I interrupted with the makeup roll.
Fuck.
Oh, it still doesn't work.
Can you push it? I am feeling a little bit like, I don't know, I'm a little exhausted from all this. I've done quite a few stuff, spells, what have you, and now I win! Yes.
Well, you did make it with a boon, so you can roll it with a boon again and see if you roll a dragon.
Oh, in case you get the.
Okay, well, it's a success. Okay, she looks at you and says, okay, look. I'll let you talk to the elf. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you. She is going to lie to you. And she's going to try to manipulate you into
I can tell
believing
when
that
somebody's lying.
we are someone we are not. Fair enough. He turns around and she starts walking towards the door. She opens the door and you can see her come in and somebody closes the door. Somebody slams the door with her in there. Burn it down.
Elsica, what you doing?
So basically, you see her walk behind her, and you can see her say, you have some guests that have arrived. And you see, like, her arms are like this at first, and then they're not. And you can see that her feet are bound. She has some bindings, but here is who you see. I will show you a picture of it. Go to players. Go to everyone. This is what she looks like.
Okay. Interesting. What is she wearing?
It's just kind of like a
skull?
kind of like a no. That's a part of the frame from the picture that had like the information. It's just it doesn't have a skull on it. No.
Okay.
It's just like this really kind of like high. It's kind of like a shoulder piece that has a tunic and then kind of like a long, kind of extended. I don't want to say like trench coat, but kind of like a long kind of like robe.
Cloak.
Yeah, kind of cloak. Yeah.
Is anyone else noticing that her eyes are glowing this beautiful, like, blue-green color and numerals are red? I'm just saying.
I actually came up with that idea, not knowing all the art had all the elves with, like, funky eyes like that. So, that was pretty cool.
So this woman looks all of you and says, I don't believe we've met.
Can I respond in Elvish? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you could respond in Elvish.
Sure. If we're gonna read Elvish, we should be able to speak it.
Sure.
Okay, so I would say, are you Iliel?
Indeed, I am. How did you know that? She's doing all this in Elvish, so Belthus, you can understand it.
Yeah.
On our way here, we came across your compatriots that were looking for you. Alan and Orful, you know, Allendale, an orphan.
What? Yes. Oh, orphan! They came looking for me.
They're worried about you.
As they should be. I've been taken against my will, kept up in this place. They want me to translate something. But to be honest, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't trust them.
Yeah. Is there a particular reason you don't trust them?
Well, they kidnapped me.
Well, yes. That's
and bound me.
Yeah,
and threatened me.
That is a good point.
That's not a way to get anything from me.
Mm-hmm. And kidnapped from where?
I was in the forest, picking berries, when a knight wearing black armor on a back of a black steed found me. His name was, what do they call him? Tylos. He brought me here. When I wouldn't cooperate as they expected me to, Tylos went back out in the forest to recruit someone else. There was another prisoner held in the adjacent building next to me, but I don't really know who that was, but judging from the sounds and smells and agonizing screams from last night, I would assume that that person is dead.
Why do you think that they are so eager to get in the store? And who do you think this Black Knight is? Are you aware of what sort of knights they're claiming to be?
I don't know too much about them. I know they come from a previous leadership of this realm, but a lot of them have different ways of going about things. I don't really like the way they do it. I'd rather die than have them get what they want.
Yes, it seems what they're trying to do is being done in a very crude and violent way. If they are truly seeking to do what's good for the realm, they would not be so carelessly sacrificing the realm.
Isadelia clearly not understanding anything that you guys are saying to each other in this room. She kind of like just leaning up against the wall with her arms crossed like this now and just like, I told you, she's just gonna lie to you. Just gonna lie to you so we can let her go. And then she can go get someone else, some of her companions, to come and ruin the day. That's what she's all about. Ruining the day.
Kauska mimics her on the other edge of the door. And just looks up at her and goes, "You don't know what they're capable of. They'll get your answers. Just give it a minute. I know patience is hard. I'm not an expert. But they'll find a way to make this right. Don't worry."
She looks at you,
and she
Kauska.
looks at Belfus like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then looks back at
she looks
like,
at you, Kauska.
She
looks at you, Kauska, and is like, I know the mind of that one. She is manipulative and corruptive.
The minds of my family are not corruptible. They'll be fine.
She kind of just
This elf in
slowly
your-
looks away from you towards the conversation again.
I just want her to look at me so she gets like, leave them alone. Let them talk.
How did you come to have this elf in your prison, Miss Isadelia?
We caught her snooping around. A little too close for comfort.
Huh. Well,
Emerald, do you
so
sense that
why
our...
did you want someone who was snooping around to translate something for you and get you into your secret treasures that they were seeking?
I mean, do you want people spying on your every move?
I sure wouldn't ask them to open up the vault to what I most desire if they were.
Well, it just so happened that we recognize that a couple of the characters seem to be in a character language relative to elven influence. So, thought if you're snooping around, maybe perhaps you can come in and take a look yourself and translate it for us. Let's take a quick. We're going to take a quick flash over to where Conry is. Connor, it looks like you're looking in some kind of structure here at the top.
Mm-hmm.
That is, we'll check.
No interest to me.
You look in, and it's just darkness and silence.
Yep.
And it looks like a very old and dilapidated, like, storage shed area. There's no door on this entrance, and it looks like a monster's gaping maw waiting for delicious villagers.
Delicious. So, anyway, the only reason I ducked into there was to disappear. Now that Geyer has all their attention, I would like to go this way.
Well, speaking of Geyer and all the attention, they just drank sleeping potion.
Yep.
And I need to make a roll to see if they fall asleep, I believe.
I don't know if is there a roll for sleep?
I think there is. Sleeping poison. You become dazed and must it's a poison. So whatever. So poisons are measured by potency. Weak poison has potency 9, moderate 12. Sleeping.
Fail a con roll. They sleep and fall asleep for 1 shift or take damage.
Let me double check to see if they had the potency of this listed on the last adventure site. So we have to have a potency number. All with potency 12. So that's a doozy. Moderate, yep, potency 12. Whenever ingesting a poison, the GM makes an open opposed roll between the potency and your con. It would be the con of the individuals who are assuming that. Check. This is just going to be a straight up. And.
Oh, look at that. Chat's gifted you a Bane.
Oh, you jerk. I'll roll twice for shade. Okay. So the Bane makes it an 8.
Potency 12, so I think that means that she's okay.
Yeah. Well, if the poison wins against her con, if the poison wins.
Oh, the poison rolled an 8? Is that what it is? Or?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Against, between the potency and your con, I would say, I don't understand that. Let me go to the rules and do open opposed rolls again. I always get confused by opposed rolls in this game. What are we opposing? Be opposing a opposed roll. Sometimes you must beat an enemy in an opposed roll to succeed with an action. This means that both you and your adversary roll dice. Opposed rolls are used sparingly in a game. Open opposed rolls. GM can also open opposed rolls, rolling strength against strength to decide the outcome. Open opposed roll. Open opposed rolls. See, because a 12 would mean that the poison is more potent.
Right.
So it would make sense to do it the opposite way, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if it's more potent, you'd have to roll better.
You'd have to roll better.
Right. So, yeah, then she would...
To me, that would be a fail. Because if a 12 is the target, because the lighter potency number is a 9, like on weak poison is a 9. So I would say I'm going to roll this as she fails. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for him. And he also fails. So I think by roll, they just pass out. So you become dazed and must make a con roll each turn. If it fails, you fall asleep and remain sleeping for 1 shift. So they become dazed for the at first. And then pretty much every turn, I'm just going to say that they're like getting like groggy right now, and I'll make a second roll for them in a minute. And if they fail that second roll, they'll just kind of pass completely out. This is more for like, the ruling is more for like if you're in combat.
Right.
So, because they do it by each turn in the rules. So yeah, they take a sip of that, and you can see they're getting kind of dazed and groggy, but they're still kind of just like slurring their speech and talking to you about how beautiful the Warhammer is, and oh, this is some really nice wine. I mean, this is some really good stuff. I'm already starting to feel it, I think.
The gilded chainmail is wonderful as well. Hopefully your employer pays well. We can definitely discuss things with.
Perhaps
Sort
maybe I
of
can.
trail off and
Maybe Rubia would let me borrow a few gold coins or something like that. I don't know. Yawning and stuff. And we'll chime back to the conversation into the room with Isidelia Belthus, numeral Iliel. Iliel in Elvish talks to you, Belthus, and to numerals like, look, if people are looking for me, I need to get out of here. I just want to go. I just want to get out of here. That's all I want.
Perhaps we could strike a deal to ensure her rescue if we help these knights with whatever they're trying to do. You know.
Sorry, did I miss my opportunity to?
No, I'm doing this.
We'll swing back.
I don't believe you answered my question. If somebody is sneaking around your house, why would you want them to then open your safe? So to speak.
I'm gonna give them what's inside.
If you don't trust her that you had to bind her in here, why would you trust her to? It just seems quite bizarre to me. If somebody were to be sneaking around my things and I didn't want them to have it, I would simply kill them.
Does Kalska know the word kill in Elvish? Hold on. Pause. Is that one
I'm
word?
not speaking
that
Elvish
she's learned?
anymore. I'm speaking English.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can understand all this. Yeah, you're able to understand this. She just kind of like, she just looks at you and is just like, look, we don't know Elvish, but we know like the characters and the symbols and things. We just needed someone to read it for us. It was almost as if like she fell on our doorstep, and we were hoping that she would take a look at it, but she doesn't want to.
Why not ask nicely, or find another elf, or pay an elf?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just not a very nice person. I'm not patient. I'm very agitated and aggravated. I just want the door read. That's all I want.
Well, you can get what you want with a little kindness sometimes. Do you think I wanted this half-elf for a child? Not necessarily initially.
You
but,
come in here with a necklace covered in bones and you talk to me of kindness?
Yes, I'm making a
that's
better
her
for you.
family. Hey, that's her family heritage. Don't you go knocking heritage.
Yes,
I'm just saying. It's a...
Kalska's like a little chihuahua at
It's
this
a-
point. She's just...
It's a necklace of bones. I mean, forgive me for drawing, for assuming and drawing conclusions, but I don't know where those bones came from.
No, you don't.
You don't want to. Also, let's just...
That being said, you know, if you want something done, you can be kind. Like I said, did I necessarily want a halfling child? No, but I wanted things done, and being kind to the halfling child allowed us both
Knew
to
there
get
was
what we
something
want.
strange about that elf child. It's a halfling.
She's adopted.
Do you have a problem with people adopting children too? Or is
Oh,
that the kind
no.
of person you are?
No, not at all. Not at all. It was really hard to buy the these are my parents thing. I mean, it really is.
Are you making fun of my ears?
They're so round.
They're so
I'll stroke them now.
to numeral is.
Kalska just starts crying, like a little fake crying, but also she's very stressed out because there was a lot going on that she doesn't understand. But she
It's
doesn't,
okay.
like,
It's okay.
Like, I'm purposely trying to make all of this very confusing for everybody. Also, really quick, did Nick Leon follow us over here?
He's just standing back there. It looks like he's like just pacing, and he's like he's just waiting.
Okay.
Connery, you're back here at this storage area. What exactly were you trying to do? I can't.
Connery is wearing the
hear
cone of
you at
shame, so we
all.
can't hear him.
Yeah, the kitty has a cone.
He's still muted, but I think he said he broke into the building.
I can't hear you.
Oh, so
there you
yeah, I was gonna sneak up this wall here.
Okay, make an
And
acrobatics roll with a boon for me, please, because that's actually a pretty
Alrighty.
high wall that you're trying to climb up.
Understandable. As
Right.
success.
It's a lot of footholds, so you're able to climb up there, no problem. So basically, you're on like the there's like a ledge that you can stand up and like look out the palisade of the actual wall itself.
So, what is the status of this door that I see peeking around the corner?
Okay, when you look at that door appears to be. It's not a door. It's a jar. No, it is.
All right.
That door.
The spell does not specify if I slam it or if I slowly close it. I would like to cast open close on this door to silently bring it to it. Not a full shut. I don't want it to make a sound, but I want it closed enough so that I can continue sneaking around to this window and look into the room.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a magic trick, right? So you just spend one willpower and it just works. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, now here's the problem with this, Connery. You spend the willpower, and as that door starts to shut, there is a loud screech from the hinges. So it goes, and then that pounding noise that you guys heard earlier stops. And then
Would you like me to roll sneaking?
what are you doing? Were you
I'm still gonna go down, but
No,
now
I'm-
that I made it down, go down to this corner.
okay?
Around the corner.
I'm gonna keep your current sneaking roll. That's fine. And when
Okay.
that door closed, you get the idea that when it shut, it didn't like there wasn't anything to like hold it into place. Like is like the door must be broken or something. So because it shuts and then it immediately starts to screech back open just a slight bit. So there wasn't anything to like latch it.
Like the worst possible situation to make a lot of noise. Okay, got it.
But you Kalsika, you notice Niklian whenever you guys both hear that noise, like a loud like grinding sound, like screeching sound, and Niklian kind of like starts looking suspiciously over towards the keep area.
Does he move away?
Not yet. This is just happening right this second.
Okay. I want, for the record going forward, I just want to keep my eyes on him.
Yeah.
If he moves away and like ditches this area, I want to try something dumb.
Okay.
But
Well-
not until he's gone.
Well, he actually kind of like looks towards the open doorway where Isdelia is. What are they doing? Isdelia, I'm gonna go check on Byron. I didn't give them any indication that it was time to stop. I'm gonna go make sure that they're up to all up to snuff. There's enough time for breaks here. We don't take breaks. And Nicolian just starts walking towards this doorway.
Once he goes through, so Isadelia doesn't move out, right?
Nope. He stays there.
Once he goes, I'm in the doorway for the record.
Yep, you hear him. He opens up this door.
Yeah.
It screeches loudly too, and it looks like at one point it was like a really nice bronze door, but now it looks like it's kind of like oxidized and has like that greenish kind of tone to it. He opens it up and he's like, leaves it open, but walks in and it's like it starts shouting, "What are you doing?" And you kind of hear like shouting going back and forth, but it's a little bit distant.
Sight.
Yeah, he's out of sight.
I look at Belthus for confirmation about what we should do in this moment because he's gone. She's in a room with us now. So Kalska's hand is just on her blade and she's like eyeing Belthus like, do I shut the door and do we jump this situation or what do we do? Like, I'm just staring at Belthus like, what's happening? What do we do? Kalska kind of motions like, the door? She's trying to...
Well,
Seems there's an easy solution here.
it's Adelia.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I won't be rash then. I'll wait because if this goes sideways, I am shutting this door and we are doing damage.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's an option at any point, I think.
yeah.
Between Connery waking everybody in the building up and you saying, "Oh, if I don't like somebody, you just kill them."
Yeah.
Leo's dead at this point.
So, it's Adelia. You know, you're admitting here, you just wanted what you wanted. You weren't being very kind to this elf. I feel like she did not have nefarious intent upon you. Why not release her? Now that you have elves here who may help you. If you're the good guys and you're trying to save the realm, sacrificing the realm unnecessarily, we may need elves like this in the fights to come. Why waste blood that could be used in battle later?
Guess I have no quarrel with letting her go, but you say you've come to help, but you guys haven't really done anything yet.
No. If you release my kin.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me. The numeral.
If only I had perfume. I'm gonna push it.
Gonna push it. So you're already exhausted. What are you gonna be now, to numeral?
What am I gonna be now? I'm gonna be. I'm feeling a little sick because I'm seeing this elf chained up. I don't want to be chained up. I'm a little stressed here.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little sick to my stomach.
Okay.
And I succeed.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Look. Fine. I'll walk her out. I'll let her go. But I have your word. You guys will help us to decipher this doorway. Correct?
Yes. Sure.
Fair enough. And
We'll walk her out with you.
she grabs like a key ring off of her waist and goes down and unlocks the shackles from her feet and releases her and kind of grabs her by the arm and starts walking her towards the main gate area, which, as they walk out, Geyer, as you're standing there, the woman, like, passes out and falls down onto the muddy ground in the middle of the courtyard here and is snoring loudly. The man is still dazed, but he has not fallen asleep yet and looks, why is she... Oh, what? Man, we're gonna be in some serious trouble if we don't get up. We gotta get moving. What?
Yeah. Help me. Do I notice the other two starting to walk up?
Yeah, you can see them. Like you can see them walking out.
Geyer's gonna look at him. Quick, give me a hand. Help me stand her up so we look like she's shopping, so you don't get in trouble.
We're gonna try to
That's a good
Weekend at
idea.
Bernie's.
Yeah. Weekend at Bernie's. Yes. So this guy, like, oh, and she's just like dead weight. So you guys are like picking her up over your shoulder, and you got one arm over you, and he has one arm over, and she just.
And sort of inch forward. If you look, you can see all the different masterwork strokes on the gilded chainmail.
Oh, it's really nice. It really is. Gosh.
just gonna sort of keep playing it up like that, trying to
She doesn't look awake at all, even with us holding her up.
Do we put her on the other side of the carriage and hope they don't see her? I don't want her to get in trouble.
Well, we might all be in trouble. There's nobody up on the wall.
Okay, you head up on the wall. I will put her on the other side of the carriage.
That wine's really good, but it just made me really tired.
Here, I'll take the little bowl out. Take another cup and bring it up with you.
Oh, right. Kind of grabs. They're continuously walking this way. Connery, you hear the door kind of screech open again. That door that you opened and closed. It goes, "Ah," and opens. And you hear a voice go, "Hello? Hello? Hello?" Then you hear a female voice. "You're such an idiot. There's nothing out there. Listen, I heard the door, okay? Didn't you just hear it? Hello? I'm telling you this place is haunted." You actually believe that crap? There's no such thing as ghosts. Oh, do you know? Listen, I don't, okay? But I know it's ridiculous to think so. Then you hear another male voice come in. "What are you two doing? You're supposed to be digging the floor. That's your job. Dig the floor." Listen, the door opened, and it shut. This place is haunted. Byron, you're a fool. Pick up the pickaxe and start hitting the floor. You do anything, Connery?
So, what was he doing in there? I'm sorry, he was in silent.
Basically, they were just talking like they thought there were a ghost that opened and closed the door, and somebody came in and started yelling at them to get back to digging the floor.
Okay, so that far staircase that I see is going downwards.
Ping me where you're talking about on the map. You can see that?
Yeah.
From where you are? Because you
The thing
were?
that I'm standing at is a window.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, you can see in. Those are more like arrow-like slits, so they're not really windows, but they're really small. But yeah, you can see there's two individuals in there, and they're like looking out the door, and you can see that elf individual you saw before come in and start yelling at them. And there is a staircase that leads down and disappears kind of under the floor. And it looks like you can see there's tools like lying around, like pickaxes and shovels and stuff. It looks like they're carving in and they're taking away the stone on the floor, and it looks like they're trying to dig their way down through the floor.
So I would like to move to this one over here.
Okay.
Use open and close to shut this door.
Okay.
And
Okay.
when I say shut, I mean slam it to scare the crap out of them.
Okay. You got it. So this door now bangs, and everyone outside here who's walking, you guys see to your left the bronze door open. There's nobody there, and then all of a sudden it slams shut. And all the three individuals in this room like just immediately turn their heads and look around. And you hear this one guy in the back say, see, I told you the place is haunted. It's ghosts. They've been here the whole time.
Does Dahlia or anyone react to the outside of this?
They stopped. They just stop in their tracks and look over there at the door. What was that?
Somebody in your team doesn't know how to close a door nicely? Their mother didn't raise them right? I don't know. And Kalska just keeps walking, like, get over it? Like,
okay.
Why are you freaking out over a door? Like, you're so... Like, she's trying to, like, just be a pain in the butt right now.
She kind of just shrugs
maybe
and
being
shakes her head.
Struggling with being nice is not just an issue you have. Maybe part of your whole team. I can't say my friend Ophelia was the most outwardly nice either. Perhaps we'll need some lessons on how to speak and close doors kindly. But this is a great step towards that improvement, releasing this elf. That's the first step towards being nice, and if you want to be a good guy, you gotta be nice sometimes. So you're really showing us you're a good guy.
She just shakes her. All these niceties. She keeps walking, and she, like, is looking towards the wagon, and you guys see Geyer is there with this woman's arm over his shoulder, and the other guy that was up there has... She looks... What are you two doing? Aren't you on lookout duty? And the one guy, like, looks over and says, oh, yeah, we were just checking out what was in the cart. I mean, you know, we don't have traveling merchants very often, like, come and show us what they got. I mean, I was looking for maybe if they had a new spear or some armor or something, or maybe even some food or anything like that. And he falls over. Onto the ground.
Kalska just looks at Geyer.
And that's where we're going to take our break for the evening. Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad. Whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp, be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, B-O-N-U-S, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. We just left off with both of the guards falling asleep.
On the job.
As Isidelia was walking nicely and peacefully, Iliel towards the front gate. But now she looks over and Geyer just kind of lets the two like fall down to the ground. Because you guys are all witnessing this. She looks at you, Geyer, because you're the only one like left standing as both of them are just laying there. What's going on?
They had come down in order to peruse my wares. We were discussing the gilded chainmail and this lovely Violmaline heavy warhammer. And we were talking about whether or not they had the coin to afford, how well they were being paid. And they started going on about how they felt they were a little bit overworked and were extremely tired.
We've gone over this 100 times. Always two on the walls. Why are there no one on the walls?
I don't know. I
just
just came here to sell product.
They both are asleep.
It would appear that way, yes.
She starts, she lets go of Iliel and starts walking over towards the two that are laying on the ground.
Can I grab Iliel by the hand and say in Elvish that her friends are waiting by the pool in the woods for her?
Yeah.
And then kind of try sweeping her to the gate?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of quickly walk her towards the gate area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when she's... It's like, yeah, yes, I understand. I will go quickly.
Please, as quick as you can.
But she looks towards you to roll and just gives you like in Elvish, just like, thank you.
Of course.
She rushes out and leaves.
Yay, unsaved elf.
Achievement unlocked.
Does this Azalea look angry, I'm assuming?
She looks pretty ticked, yeah.
So Geyer's going to back away towards the wagon, seeing that she can tell she's very upset with her underlings. And as he backs up to sort of and elbow the pot that had the wine mixture in it to spill it.
Oh, you're gonna spill your mixture?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Just back up into the cart like I'm stepping away, like I can tell she's angry, and it's just like I'm like, oh.
Let's do this. Roll performance.
Okay.
This just isn't a bluff. This is like you're.
I'm gonna push this. I can see the things are. I was hoping they'd be unconscious before they came out, and I'm a little scared about what could potentially happen here.
Question of curiosity before we get too far along with this. That door that I slammed shut, does it open inward or outward? I'll let the GM decide that.
Okay, it would open... Let me see.
How about neither? It's a sliding door.
It can go, it's a slider. It goes up into the wall. I'm not sure see if it says here.
Mechanically, if it's a keep door, it probably opens outward with a bar on the inside.
Yeah, it would probably be outward, yeah. There is a bar on the inside, but it seems as if somebody took the bar out of it. Presumably the knight guy to get out and in. So he had that removed. So yeah, I would say out.
Cool.
Yeah, she is like looking at these two, and she starts like shaking the one guy. Franz. Starts shaking him.
Uh-oh.
He is passed out. They're both passed out.
Let this be a lesson to everybody about overworking your employees.
PSA right here on proficiency bonus. What do the rest of you do? Anybody do anything?
I don't get the feeling from what's going on that anything is going to turn sour, but I am going to try to sneak my position self over here because I'm still looking for Mr. Forget his name. What was it again?
Nick Leon?
Bluetold.
Brutold, yeah.
Yeah.
Still looking for Brutold.
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll your sneaking because you're going kind of out into where you could be seen right there, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're good. So you're going to go in that door right there that's open?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There is like a faint light. It looks like there might be like a torch on the wall inside here. There is what you can see inside. There is a knapsack sitting in the far corner next to some empty shackles.
Now, I know Connery wouldn't know this, but from the narrative earlier, she said the adjacent prisoner had passed away. Do I get the idea that this is where somebody was murdered recently?
You'd have to do a little bit more like going in and looking around.
All right. I'm going to go in and go for the knapsack because I learned from Papa Geyer.
Yeah, so you sneaking
And
in.
you walk in, the door slams.
Ha! We got you. No, it's no, you see the knapsack. Are you kind of like digging through it?
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
trying to
see,
loot it.
okay, it has a sleeping fur inside.
Ooh.
It also has a field kitchen inside. These are all items on the item list, so you'll have to check them and see if they have like a weight to them and see how much like carrying capacity you have for each item. You could technically just pick up the whole knapsack and carry it with you. It's kind of would be the equivalent of I guess the backpack in the rule book or whatever. It also has a field kitchen. It also has a shovel attached to the side of it, as well as a 9-hole ocarina shaped like a grinning demonic rooster.
Yeah. You want me to write that entire title on the inventory list?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Looks like an evil rooster.
It's important. The whole plot line of this whole campaign rests on it.
Which means you're going to give it to Geyer so I can on it.
While you're digging around that knapsack, I need you to make a spot hidden roll for me, Connery.
All right. So I only got room for one item in my sack, so I'm only going to take the ocarina.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to reposition the knapsack in a manner that it's hidden, but I'm going to come back for it, you know? Like, these are interesting stuff. I'm thinking of Geyer and his sleeping outside weakness for the sleeping fur, and I'm thinking of Tenumeral for the boon for the field kitchen, and I'm thinking of Beltis for the shovel just because we love putting him to work.
Well, in case he gets swallowed by a dirt monster, it'd be good to have a shovel, right? To dig his way out.
Perfect gift.
I make armor from it.
An earth golem, you know. I apologize. I'm here all night, folks. I do want to say that you succeeded on your spot hidden rule, and there is a secret compartment in the side of this knapsack in which you find a small silver coin with an interesting symbol on it, a symbol that you have seen before, Connery. A symbol that's been tattooed on the forearms of several individuals that you have run into in the past. It's a symbol of Sathmog on one side of the coin.
So a silver coin with Sathmog
symbol on it.
Now, will that go under my tiny items, hopefully?
That will be tiny, yep. That will be a tiny item. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Oh, I'll hand it off to the
group.
The rest of the cast to say what they're doing.
All right.
I don't want to hog up all the time.
Isidelia stands up. She looks around at all of you and listen, I don't know what's going on here. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen until you show up.
Doesn't happen.
This, she points down at the two snoring individuals laying in the wet ground.
It is a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
I'm sorry. See this. We don't judge you. We're not judging your leadership based on what we're seeing here. It reflects poorly on them.
This is why. This is exactly why they don't get paid a fair wage. This is exactly why. And you know what? I'm thinking about replacing them. She kind of looks. She kind of looks towards Belthus. He's like, "You look formidable. It seems that I have two positions open."
Excuse me, you
don't get my father.
I am my bodyguard.
How much you paying him?
I guess 30% over everything out of everything we take.
30%?
Yes.
That's high, don't you think?
Yes, but he is worth it. He's saved my life at least twice over just since we've been in the Misty Vale.
Gosh, I don't know if I can compete with that. I don't think I can go to 35.
Yes, Ophelia said they buy our friendship.
You can have that one if you'd like. Pointed to numeral.
She kind of sighs.
How about I know your friend, what was his name? Nickelodeon, something like that? The gentleman I met at the beginning? I'm sorry, my names are hard.
Nickelodeon it is.
Nickelodeon it is. Nickelodeon, yes.
Nickelodeon, yeah. He said there was something you needed looked at.
Yes.
That he needed translating. Have you completed that, or?
No. And she kind of looks directly at Numeral. So we've got a little sidetracked.
Well, perhaps, why don't we leave the two napping individuals? And why do we not deal with that? Perhaps? And
Geyer will sort of actually like give her a once over now.
Longsword, have you given any thought to heavy warhammers?
You know,
The
I'm
art
okay.
of the deal.
I'm okay with my sword. It suits me fine.
I thought I would offer it as a masterwork. Yomlin Enchanted.
She just looks down again at the two sleeping guardsmen. Perhaps we have been working them hard lately.
Yeah. See what happens when you're nice? Look at how good Belthus is. You can have nice.
Of course, he's
warriors.
making 30%.
Yeah. We split everything evenly.
And as Tanumo said that, Gyra is going to try to catch Azaleel's eyes and just. Yes, we all evenly.
She's just like, okay, look, this way. Follow me, please. And she starts leading you guys towards those big doors that slammed. Connery, what are you doing while they're walking in this direction? Calcica.
He's talking to himself.
Calcica, while he's fixing his microphone, Calcica, you hear a shout come from in the wagon. It's Osire, and he looks towards you, and he's like, "You found Bluetold."
Calcica just.
I gotta know. Is he okay?
Calcica just motions. Stay. Shut up. And she walks away. You just see a very angry little halfling, like, and then she'll catch up.
Okay. Go ahead, Connery.
I'm going to, like, I can see her coming through the angle of the doorway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lean back against this wall to better position myself to hiding.
Okay. Oh yeah, you just gonna hide there?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
You don't want to risk running out the door and then just being caught, and I don't think there's any other exit to this room.
Okay, so Isadelia walks through those two bronze doors down here, so you guys should be able to walk through there. Should be able to open that door and walk in there as well. And what you see,
right behind you.
okay, so you can see that there's three individuals in this room. Nicolian, who you guys recognize, and then you see two other individuals, a male and a female. And they're both getting like shovels and pickaxes back in their hands. It looks like they were just taking a quick break. And it looks like they're getting ready. And it looks like there's this big like carved out area in the floor as you guys walk in. And Nicolian kind of turns around, looks at the doorway as Isadelia comes in. And Isadelia just looks right at him and says, "All right, we've got everything sorted out. They're going to help us with the door. Byron, Rubia, I need you guys to take the wall. Long story short, Bronze and Shade are indisposed at this current moment." Nicolian just kind of gives an odd look. "What are you talking about?" "They're fast asleep. Apparently we're working them too hard." You see the male and the female in the back kind of like look at each other and kind of like, and they put down their shovels and stuff, and with the command of Isadelia, they kind of walk by you guys and leave the room.
Do either of them look like they're like, what weapons do they have on them?
I'll tell you. The male looks like he's wearing studded leather armor. He has a looks like a broadsword and a large crossbow like slung over his shoulders. The woman is also wearing some studded leather armor and looks as if she has a battle axe and a short bow and a quiver of arrows.
As they're walking by. But once we're done assisting them, perhaps we'll talk. I have some gilded chainmail, wonderful armor. If you're interested in perhaps arranging a deal.
The male like looks at you. "Oh, chainmail, yeah, I'd be interested. Yeah." He like looks over his shoulder and sees Nicolian like glaring at him. So, I gotta get to work. And they kind of disappear.
Noticing that, sorry, it didn't work out so well with the other two. They decided to take a nap, so.
They kind of just look at you, nod, and just start walking back out. And the door starts to close like behind you guys as you guys are in this room now. Isadelia starts to lead you guys past this hole to the back corner where there's a staircase leading down. And just starts like kind of gesturing towards Belthus and Tanumeral and everybody. It's just right down here. And she starts leading the way down there to what would be a cellar. And
does it look like there's any light down there?
it looks like there's like a torch on the wall. So there is light.
Geyer will mutter to himself and activate the ring, activate the light on his ring.
Okay, sure. So the light illuminates, and you guys descend the staircase.
Does Nick Leon come with us, or does he stay upstairs?
He stands at like the top of the steps.
Okay.
Staying.
Can I take this opportunity to run?
Sure. Yeah. Where are you running? You're running over there? Okay. Make one sneaking roll, because the other two are walking away from you. I'll give you a boon on it.
Oh, thank God.
Because
What a merciful and humble DM.
they're facing away from you and are walking with purpose. Oh, you got it. Cool. They don't notice you.
Just out of curiosity, and this is player asking, do I recall correctly that when Tenumeral was talking to them about their armor, that they mentioned that they were followers of Eladane?
Yeah, you would have heard that. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that would have probably been like the last thing you heard when they got kind of out of your range.
So, did either of them respond at all when I activated light on my ring? Enchantment is Eladane, Lord of the World, give us light.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you did that right in front of Isidelia, she would look at you, and she look directly towards like your ring. Where did you find that?
They'd sort of look over at Tenumeral. Was it in Bothild's hold?
Oh, we got this crown? Because I'm wearing
Was
that
it
crown
wasted
too.
on the crown? I can't remember. We've had it for a while. Comes in helpful at setting up camp in the nights when we're out traveling.
We'll keep it close. It seems that the
I
name
know,
of
I keep it right
Eladane
now.
protects you.
Very
Yes,
much so.
me.
It's, as much as my good man Sir Belthus the Devoured.
From the books that I've read and the stories that I've heard, in the time of the Empire, there was many interesting artifacts and magical items such as that.
We'll have to keep our eyes out then.
You
That's
hope
what-
to find another artifact down here?
Listen, we're just after gold and treasure, because that's what dragons covet.
I'm sorry, did you say dragons?
Yes. We need treasure to help negotiate, so to speak.
With a dragon?
Yes. We want to rekindle the fractured relationship. Perhaps one day we can bring this area back to its former glory.
If negotiations are what you need, I don't mean to.
It's not just negotiation, but it's going to take quite a significant amount of treasure to convince these dragons to rekindle what was lost.
Well, if we can be of assistance. But let us take a look at this door you need translated.
Okay. You guys walk down and you can see there is a, like, the doorway just, the stairs just lead down and there's a door, like, just right there. It's a massive ironclad cellar door. It looks like it's kind of a little rusted in some spots, and it just looks really old and covered. Some of the areas like almost like covered in like moss and vines and stuff at some spots. It doesn't look like it has like a normal lock on it. Like there's no like door, like key hole or anything like that, or any kind of like locking mechanism. But what you guys do see is the upper part of the door. There is an inscription in an ancient language. Below it on the large part of the door is what looks to be a stylized tree with a leafy crown. And you can see that down on the bottom part, there's these horizontal indentations that are shaped like ovals. There's 5 of them. Each of them are kind of like the same size and are around about the size of like a coin. There is a bright yellow, or what looks to be kind of like crystal lens stuck in the first one. Belthus and Tenumeral, when your eyes immediately see the inscription, you can tell that it's Elvish, but it's one of those things where it's like a dialect issue, and it's like an older dialect, so like, from what you guys
old
know.
English
like
versus English.
Yeah, so like
Beowulf versus modern English.
So you get like the idea of some of what this is saying, but I'm still gonna ask you guys to roll languages. You each get, the elves get a boon on the roll.
Ooh.
Anybody can make the language roll, but you would just make it as a normal roll.
Damn it. One off.
I got it with the boon.
I'm just saying this for fun. It's too high up, and there's a weird angle for Calcica.
Right. And the light from the ring is casting like weird shadows on it and stuff.
Short business.
Okay, Geyer.
Geyer understands it. Wow.
I mean, I have to be able to communicate with people in order to make money.
Since multiple people did this, I'm gonna show you the inscription. So show to players, show to everyone. Here's what it says. The drop is east of the heart, but not in the center. The heart is not by the leaf, but just east of the sun. The sun is neither in the far west nor the far east. The moon is next to the drop alone. The leaf is west of the heart.
Question. Even though I can't read this is Brittany asking, not Kalska asking. The door, you said there's like a yellowish lens in the door.
Okay, there's 5 indentations.
Yeah.
There's a yellow crystal in the first.
Like in the first in like the row of it or something, or?
On the left, if you're reading from left to right.
Got it.
Yellow crystal in the left, the other 4 are empty.
It's like a tree or a leaf on the door too.
It's like this engraving of a tree that has like stylized leaves on it.
Are there any other crystals that we can see in the room?
Not that you can see.
Guy's gonna look at Azalea.
Maria, as we're looking at this, have you seen any similar crystals to this yellow one here?
She looks at it, she's like, now that you mention it, Nicolian did pick up some other kind of crystals. How did I not see that one before? Perhaps this is just the way the light was shining upon it. Weird. Nicolian, you have those other crystals, right? And he's like, of course. And he reaches kind of into his belt patch and he walks down and he hands Isadelia these other crystals. One is green, one is red, one is blue, and one is like an off-white.
Guy's gonna bend down. Does that yellow crystal come out?
You kind of like reach down toward it. It feels like it's stuck at first, and then as you kind of just reach, finally it pops out of its spot. You're holding it in your hand. And it looks, they all look the same size.
Okay. So,
MG, wrong.
What?
Yellow's not first.
it can't be.
No,
sun
not the
doesn't
order.
go
Just
west
what we
or
have.
east.
Oh,
This is what we have. Yeah.
I thought you were answering the LSAT
Oh
question.
no.
Okay, so
Okay, so
Let's see.
moon is next to drop alone.
leaf, heart.
Or is it up by the leaf?
The leaf is west of the heart, so it's not next to it. The
East
Jordan.
of the sun. Okay, I think I have it. Give me a second. Okay, somebody let me bounce this off you and see if I got this right to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking is heart is first, then sun, then leaf, then drop. Nope, that can't be right because,
I think you flipped east and west.
yeah, I think I did too.
Hold on.
Leaf
Hold
is
on.
west. But just east, yeah, I did flip it. Sorry, it's leaf, sun, heart, drop, moon.
It's a riddle door. This group has never run into a riddle door before.
Oh no.
So it should be green, yellow, red, blue, off-white. If my logic is correct.
No, you're right. I think you're because it says because working to each one, leaf is west of heart and not near the and not near the heart. The heart is not by the leaf, but just east of the sun. Yeah, so the sun has to go between the leaf and the heart.
Yep.
The moon is next to the drop alone, so the drop has to be on the end.
No, the moon has to be on
Oh,
there.
the moon. I keep saying the wrong things as I'm looking around. Yeah. Leaf, sun, heart, drop, moon. Yeah.
Leaf, sun, heart, drop, moon.
The drop is east of the heart. I always forget where east is. Okay.
Yeah, I had to do this to myself.
I did.
Wee.
When Brittany said I flipped it, I actually wrote out
Yeah.
southwest on my thing.
Yeah.
Kyra's just
Not by the leaf, but just east of the sun. The sun is neither in the far west nor the moon. Yeah. The leaf is west. I think it works.
Yeah, because, yeah, all of that makes sense to me because the heart can't be next to the leaf.
Mm-hmm.
The drop can't be in the center.
Mm-hmm. And the sun can't be on the end.
Sun is on neither far side. And the moon is next to the drop alone, and the leaf is west of the heart. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that would be green, yellow, red, blue,
White.
off-white.
I like that you guys are drawing these on the the map.
I wrote it down on a piece of paper.
I wrote it on an envelope.
I probably would have done better if I was writing it out.
Okay, so who's putting these into the door?
Can I look for traps really quick somehow?
Sure.
I don't
I was
trust
gonna
this
say, Geyer would probably be the one putting them in where he's already down there trying out the yellow one.
I was gonna like hold his hand really quick.
Yeah, you can roll awareness if you'd like to.
I just want to check. I mean, if I don't succeed, that's fine. Okay, I succeed. So, is this gonna be
From what you can tell, there's nothing. It's really hard to tell because
repercussion if we get this wrong? Essentially.
I mean you don't see anything that could be a trap.
Okay.
Can I hold my hand to the door and sense magic?
Sure.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah,
No.
you actually do hear something in your mind when you do this.
When I touch it?
When you touch it and you kind of like focus in there, what you hear is you hear this strange trembling voice whispering in some kind of weird like tone. It says, "Help me, free me."
Geyer's down there, he's putting the green crystal in.
Geyer, it's like what?
and the
It's
yellow
weird.
crystal.
So you going with all those? That order, Geyer?
Yep.
Okay.
Can he say anything about this voice?
Apparently
I'm
not.
just gonna shake it off and kind of be like, oh, that was weird.
Don't forget,
We're
well, that was sense magic, so that was with that school. So make sure you put a mark next to that school because you rolled a
Wait.
demon, so that would be an advancement point for that.
Wait, does that actually work?
What do you mean?
It's an
I
advancement.
thought I didn't get advancement points for spells
If it's
when I do a dragon or a demon.
it's that school of magic, so
Oh,
whatever school
okay.
it's from, so you'll get to roll advancement on that school at the end. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So, once the crystals are put into place, and indeed, you guys are correct in the order that you place them in, based on the inscription. Well done.
We went to the Philosopher's Stone.
But all of a sudden, the whole door flares up with an inner light that shines through the lenses, glaring these colors around. Like the colors of the lenses are cast through, and they streak out from the door and just kind of blind you all as this door glows. All of a sudden, the door just slides open rapidly. And you hear this croaking, chuckling voice that kind of says, Ralog is free! Make way! Time to make things grow! And all of a sudden, something just rushes right by all of you out of the room. And it's hard to, like, see it because it was like a silhouetted being of some sorts underneath all the light that you guys just, like, your eyes are kind of all blurry and you're seeing, like, different colors from all the light. I'll show you what you see rushing up the stairs past Isidalia and past Niclean is something that looks like this. Show to players, show to everyone.
It's a thing.
It's an interesting. It looks as if you guys just unleashed some kind of nature spirit made from bark and wood. It seems to be as crooked as a dwarf birch, and his skin rough and pale as the bark of a birch tree. A face dominated by a wide, toothless mouth. His nose is like a small bud, and his eyes are like tiny peppercorns. As he like rushes up really quickly, and he kind of bumps out of the way Niclean at the top of the steps, and he rushes out and looks like he's like heading out of the keep area. What do you guys do?
Geyer looks in the room. Is there anything else in there?
As you look into the cellar, it looks like a small crypt with a stone floor and a pretty low ceiling. It looks like almost everything has been crumbled to dirt. There is like a couple urns like in the corner. It looks like one is cracked and spilling out with something. Looks like there are a couple valuables in there.
What are Azalea and Nikolai doing?
Isidalia and Niclean all grab their weapons and they give chase to the thing that just ran out of the
Perfect. Into the room.
Yeah, I
you
go
just
with
reaching
Geyer
for
into
everything,
the
Geyer?
room.
You guys rushing into the room? Okay.
Kowska and Geyer go in and raid all the urns for.
Okay. So you just go. Are you like just rushing in and just grabbing as much as you can?
I am looking for anything valuable in this room.
Okay. Here's one. Can you guys see the treasure cards on your map?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay. So here's in the room. There's the equivalent of 4 treasure cards. So anybody who rushes in the room, you guys can take turns. I'm gonna let you draw. Here, I'm gonna shuffle them real quick. You can pick from the normal treasure deck, or you can pick from the treasure deck 2, the extended one. You just like once we get to 4, that's the end. So I'm gonna let you guys pick them. All you have to do is all you should be able to do is drag it onto the map, and it'll select it.
Are Numeral and Belthus joining us in the room to raid stuff?
Oh yeah.
So
Tanumero
we're
will just
pulling
kind
them.
of be standing and looking around, just like, is this really what just happened? She's a little stunned. She's also still exhausted and sickly. So I'm just gonna
Geyer's
be kind
gonna
of taking
pull
it
one
all in.
from the additional treasure deck.
Okay.
Ooh.
Looks like
Apparently,
gambling
I have
gambling
found some gambling
supplies.
Oh, okay.
You guys can pull them out, and then we'll look at them in detail.
Cool.
Okay.
Who's pulling from what decks? I think we should.
Well, I
Me
pulled
too, me
mine
too.
from the additional
Oh.
treasure deck.
Okay.
I did something funny here.
Oh, you
I'll drop
put
the
yours
original.
into here. Let me see if I can grab it. You should be able to maybe take yours.
Drag it out of there into.
Yeah, you should be able to
Yeah.
drag it on. Oh,
Where'd it go?
some kind of fancy melee weapon.
Wait, I don't. I hit the button, but I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
It went down by your
Oh,
name.
that
I
way.
think you can drag it out of there and put it onto the. I'm not sure how.
I don't. Oh, I got it. Maybe. Hold on.
You might have to click on it and it pops up, I think. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
You should be able to just go over to the
There we
decks
go.
and grab and drag. Oh, another melee weapon. And somebody needs to pick one more for us.
Tinny.
Okay. Okay, what decks did we pick from so far?
I picked from original.
Mm-hmm.
I
Dire.
did additional.
I did additional.
Okay. I kind of wanted original anyway because it's gold.
I think you flip to one. There it is.
Ooh.
Oh, a
Ooh.
poison dagger.
Oh.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. We'll zoom in on this one. So this is gambling supplies. I need somebody to roll a d6. I'll go with the. You got it?
Yeah.
Loaded dice. Oh no.
Playing cards.
5 playing cards. Okay, so you got some playing cards.
That are
Are marked.
Regular.
Marked playing cards.
wait, 6 is marked.
Yeah.
3 to 5
Oh,
is
yeah, 5, 3,
regular.
5 regular playing cards. Gotcha.
Ah.
Yep. So regular. So you got a deck of really like old and fancy looking playing cards.
Dragon card.
Yeah. Okay, so our next one was a melee weapon. So let's see what kind of. Oh, what just happened? Oh, I just undid that. Like this. Okay, I need a d6 roll. Who picked this card?
That was
That was me.
All right, go
Yeah.
ahead and pick your roll your
got a
4. A mace. You guys got a mace. Let's see. We've got another melee weapon here. We need another d6 roll. This one would be Alsika's roll, I believe.
4.
Or a broadsword.
It's bigger than her.
That's right. And the last one, the poison dagger. But I need a d3 roll to see what kind of poison is on it. And then you have to roll evade.
Sleep. A
3.
sleeping deck.
Roll an well, Tenumeral said she wasn't like in the room though, right? Or
She said she was just standing.
Me
like, looking
too.
around. Yeah.
all right, you were successful in avoiding the cutting yourself on it, but you do have that poison dagger that has sleeping poison on it.
Ways to make people pass out on the job.
One of you take that.
Connery, while you're up here, something interesting happens. This creature comes barging out of that door you made shut. Can you see it out there in the
Yep.
in the courtyard there? It's rushing at a super fast pace. It's rushing. You also see a swarm of hornets start to buzz like around it. And just like keep on like buzzing, like it's like just hornets everywhere. You see Niclian and Isidalia come rushing out of the door behind it with weapons drawn. And it looks like they're just like shocked and stunned by what is happening. They're not really sure what is going on. And this creature is like, there it is! And looks over towards that large tree. And start rushing at the tree. And once it reaches the wall, it jumps and leaps and dives towards a tree and like embraces the tree. And immediately when it embraces the tree, roots and vines start to pour out from this creature and start to wrap around the tree. And it looks as if the creature is merging itself with the upper part of the tree and they're becoming one.
Okay.
Now this is player question because I'm downstairs looting.
Yeah.
Didn't Albert climb the tree?
Yeah. Albert is in the tree, and Albert doesn't know what is going on. Albert is a bear.
Do I get the feeling that its creature has a nefarious purpose to meld with the tree, or is it like trying to revive it? Is Albert in danger?
At this current moment, you have no idea.
He says like vines extending to cover the tree.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost as if like this creature and the tree are like starting to become one. And the ground is starting to shake. Those of you downstairs, dust starts to falling down in the cellarway a little bit, and the whole like cellar is starting to shake and rumble.
I run back upstairs.
Leave.
These two individuals that were now up on the gate are like, it's just starting to shake the walls and stuff too. Or they're like, what's happening? What is going on? And as you guys start coming up and rushing out too, you guys step out into this thing, and you can see that the tree is rapidly starting to grow.
Oh.
And the buds on it that were very, very small, like at first, are starting to bloom out.
Okay.
Grass is starting to burst out through the like stone floor of this place, and you can see roots and other things starting to pour out. Roots and vines are starting to climb up the walls as flowers begin to bloom all over the place. Parts of the wall that were already cracked are starting to crack more, and the vines are starting to squeeze those places and starting to crumble some of the parts in on itself. It's almost as if this creature is causing the nature itself to destroy this place.
Shall we run?
Point of order question: is it people on the wall are freaked out? We ran out of the basement to not get crushed. But is any person or living thing being attacked, or is it just like byproduct of like the weird shaking and everything? If anyone's getting hurt,
it's a byproduct of the shaking right now. And
but
actually,
like no
Albert gets tossed out of the tree.
Not the bear.
Just because it's growing rapidly, and Albert like loses his balance. He doesn't take any damage, but he stumbles out, and he's on the outside of the wall and kind of like rolls across the ground for just a moment.
Okay, but there's no vines like grabbing people and crushing them. It's just things are falling and bad.
It looks like it's just the vines are coming up on the walls and like caving the walls in on some of the places. The part where Iliel was captive has now been crumbled in. It's just like a pile of rubble underneath vines.
Well, I'm glad I freed her before that happens.
It would have been easier if she was under the rubble.
Didn't she say when we first walked back here that there was like some yellow-looking fruit somewhere? Was that on the tree, or was that?
It was on the tree.
It was on the tree.
It was on the tree. Yeah. Okay.
Is it falling out of the tree now? Is there more of it?
Make a very quick awareness roll for me, Geyer.
I succeed.
You want to push it?
Yeah.
Numeral's looking too.
I win.
I'm a little feeling a little sickly here because there's a lot going on right now, and it might be my fault. Hey.
It appears that the tree is growing more fruit almost instantaneously.
Okay, so here's the conflict here. As a worshiper of Gaia, I see no wrong in it flourishing nature. And I do not see it as being a intentionally violent. Like, it's basically reclaiming the land for itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not taking this as an enemy just yet.
No, none of us are so far.
I do see Albert rolling down and on the floor, so I come over beside him. And as long as I'm here, I would like to inspect that smoking heap
Okay.
What you want? Awareness?
Let me look real quick.
Okay.
Geyer's just charging towards a tree.
Kauska moves with Geyer to be close to the tree.
First, I need you to roll bushcraft for me, Connery.
Bushcraft. Oh.
Yeah.
Shite.
There's still some hot coals in there. I want to make sure you don't burn yourself.
You probably do.
You succeed. You avoid it. You do find something.
No.
You find.
Without hurting myself.
You do find one thing. You find a human skull.
Oh.
And as you look at the skull, do you have roll healing for me? Do you have healing?
Yeah, definitely.
Roll healing. You notice that there is in the bone. There's like a gash running from the forehead down to like where under the left eye would have been.
Okay.
But now, as you're looking at the skull, like you can see, like other parts of the keep are starting to crumble all around you, and you see Niclian and Isidalia go rushing towards the tree, weapons drawn. They're like, "He's gonna bring the whole thing down! We gotta stop him!" And they start rushing towards the tree with their weapons drawn. And then you watch as one of the vines comes around and it wraps around Niclian and just starts to squeeze him. And you hear him go, and then another vine comes slamming down towards Isidalia and just, and you don't see her anymore under this large vine.
Nobody move.
You hear ting, 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 ting as her sword goes flying across and rolling across the stone ground.
Question of curiosity.
Grabbing that.
I've already literally looked into every room.
Mm-hmm.
My bird came back with a negative.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get the feeling that this skull is blue-told?
You remember that Aussie told you that his friend had a scar on his left eye. And at that moment, looking at this skull, yeah, the skull shows indications of a wound that could have caused the scar right there. You think that this skull was Oz's friend. And those things that you saw in the other room were probably his gear that was left over.
Is Niclian
It's being
is he okay?
squeezed.
He's being squeezed?
He's being squeezed by a large vine right now. That's blooming beautiful pink flowers.
Okay. Beltis, can we try to get him out of here?
All right.
Counterpoint.
Yeah. They just killed Blue-told in a blazing
Why are we gonna
fire.
help
I
people
don't
live
really
in
care.
prisons in Elf? It's not attacking us.
Isidalia.
Isidalia
No,
is
sure they
under
all
a
supported
massive
it.
vine.
Kauska's
He
not.
He didn't do that.
Kauska is not looking to stop this. She's just waiting for an apple to fall.
Okay. Well, Beltis, do you want to help him with me?
I'll give it a try.
All right.
I'll start
Geyer's trying to
walking
climb
over
the
toward
tree.
So, Belthus, you're starting to go for the tree to free
Not
Niclian?
toward Niclian specifically. I'm
Okay.
not trying to,
Make an evade for me, or roll for me, Belthus.
evade. Okay. That's not a success.
So, as you're rushing towards that, all of a sudden a vine comes swinging by and slams into you, Belthus, and you go flying about 10 meters and start rolling across the ground. You don't take any damage because your armor impacts it, but it just tossed you away. And Niclian is still just in that vine, and you can see other vines are starting to wrap around almost to the point where you guys even can't even get to him. And one vine just starting to wrap around his head now. Is it starting to go around like this? And you see his eyes starting to roll back into his head.
Oh no! Can I cast a spell on the vine that's ensnaring him?
Sure. Go ahead and roll for your cast. Or is that a magic trick?
No, it's still a cat. Oh shit! Okay.
And it's at that moment that you realize, like, you guys are too late. And you hear him just go, and he disappears into the vines, and the vine just like pulls him towards the tree.
When Geyer runs up to try to
Climb
climb the
three
tree,
times. Can we run now?
when Geyer tries to climb up the tree, Kalska grabs his shirt and just pulls him back as best she can, and she just goes, "Wait, don't touch it." And she just looks up at the tree and she goes, "We don't like these people. Can I have an apple, please?" And just hopes that one's gonna fall so that Geyer will not touch this tree and get killed.
Unfortunately, the apples aren't falling. They are growing. You can see that where there was once only 3, there's now 9 on the tree.
Okay.
And it's growing in full bloom, but things are just like falling behind you. Stone is just rolling across the ground, being covered in foliage. It looks like whatever this tree is just trying to consume this place.
Can we still see that creature?
Is the gate
You cannot
open?
see it. It's become one with the tree.
Is the gate still accessible, or has it been crushed?
Yes, you guys can get through the gate.
I'm through the gate.
It's the vines are starting to creep up it though, like they're like crawling around it and just really starting to put pressure on it.
I'm gone.
I'm gonna try to
I'm
drag
out.
one of the sleeping people here.
Oh yeah, you're dragging the sleeping people? Okay, yeah. You can drag one of the sleeping people out. Actually, the other two have already, the other two from the top have already made their way down, and they are sprinting out of the place in terror.
Feltus, you're dragging someone? Okay. That gave me an idea.
I'll catch up.
Wait, I can cast levitate on the other person, probably.
Unless they're wearing metal.
Oh, not to like break away or anything. Kind of pissed that they killed Rico and that I've been wasting this entire time looking for him. So if she even tries to run, I'm going to intercept her and begin combat.
She's dead.
She's dead.
Oh, she
got smashed by the tree.
She's been crushed.
Okay, good.
They're
Her
not a
sword
problem
is
anymore.
laying there.
Grab the sword.
Ooh.
Grab the sword.
Oh, I'll grab that sword. Yeah.
And also, he did drop he had a large warhammer.
Oh,
he
he's
dropped
over
it
here.
too.
Grab the gear.
Yeah, she would have been running. They would have both been like running towards the tree.
With
and
their
then,
weapons out, right?
With their
Like, that
weapons
was-
out. Yep. They had their weapons out, so they would have dropped those. Now their armor would have completely got consumed by the tree.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Mr.
brother.
Geyer.
We tried to be heroic.
Mr. Geyer?
Ooh!
What? You're gonna
Geyer is going to jump onto the cart and say, Kalska, please come and start leading it out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look at the tree.
Okay.
And as Kalska starts to drive away, I'm going to repeatedly use the magic trick fetch to fetch all 9 of those apples.
And Kalska calls back over her shoulder. His name was Rotlog or something? Ask nicely, Geyer.
I hope you don't mind as payment for freeing you. We're grabbing some apples.
Okay, now let me know the range of fetch, because this tree has grown super tall. So you might not be able to get all 9 of them.
It says 10 meters.
10 meters. I would say you'd be able to get 3 of them with the range of your spell.
Tanur, can you levitate me?
I'm levitating this lady to get her out.
Geyer, seriously.
Did you levitate the lady?
Yeah, I pushed it.
Okay.
I'm levitating her. Would you say that the cart is nearby?
Oh yeah, you could drop her right in the cart. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop her right in the cart.
She lands right on top of Osire. It's inside. He's like, oh.
And then I'm gonna just.
Yep, and you guys are leading the cart out while Geyer is reaching up towards a tree, casting spells, and trying to pull these apples out.
And then Conry got the hammer and the sword that the Nicolay and
As long as he can
whatever
carry
dropped.
them. As long as he can carry them.
Why is it with a Bane?
Because I was already exhausted.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Nope.
I
That's a
think
no.
it's okay to let the land have this one.
Let the land have this one. Okay, so
That's Casca's feeling as she's driving the car.
Geyer, you fetch is just a magic trick, right? So you just spend 3 willpower points and you get 3 of these beautiful apples. And you're rushing out with Belthus in tow as Belthus drags Franz out. Okay.
Connery coming? Everyone moving out? Connery? Albert?
I don't have the option.
Why?
Because when you fail an over encumbrance roll, you cannot move.
Then drop it.
You can still move now.
Okay, then
We're not. You getting out of here? Yeah, so Albert running around you.
Dang.
So you guys get clear of this place, and basically what happens is the whole thing just gets consumed by roots, vines, and other foliage. Beautiful flowers grow. Hornets are buzzing all around. Butterflies are actually flying around in these parts too, or along the flowers. And eventually the tree stops growing, and everything settles. And what once was this ruined keep is now almost, you would barely tell that it even existed. But you do see that glorious tree is there prominent. And everything is settled.
Wow.
Can I approach the tree?
Of course.
Can we climb the tree?
Of course. You can make an anybody who'd like to climb the tree can make acrobatics rolls with a boon, because there are a lot of roots and branches and things to grab a hold of.
Can I pray to the great GM God above that I can still find that sleeping fur in that field kitchen?
You can go look for it.
Yep, let me do that.
All right. So you guys, I will let you do a just roll awareness, but this I'm going to give a bane on because now the whole place has kind of been consumed.
I already got a bane because I'm
Oh
angry.
no.
Calcica falls on the bottom.
Calcica falls.
You want 2 banes since I'm already angry?
Oh, Geyer gets up to the top of the tree.
Geyer gets up to the top of the tree.
I tried to roll for Calcica, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
That was weird, yeah.
Anyway.
Let me double check the rules on falling. Maybe some damage taken.
Calcica did not get very high. She's 3 feet tall.
I will say you do take a d6 damage.
That's fine.
4 points.
That's fine. Worth it to try, but I'm glad that's it. And Calcica just goes, I'm gonna stay down here, Mr. Geyer, and she just sits at the bottom of the tree waiting for Geyer to come back down.
So Geyer
I'll pop them down to you.
with a dragon roll, you're able to go up. You're able to collect all 9 of the apples that were on the tree.
But so that would be the remaining 6, or did 3 more grow?
Remaining 6.
Okay.
Hmm?
I'm just gonna drop them down Calcica so we can put them in the wagon.
Did you make your roll, Connery, for awareness?
Yeah, I was asking, like, I'm already angry, so do you want an additional bane, like 2 banes on the roll?
It would be 2 banes.
Right.
Yep. 1 because you're angry, 2 because it's hard to find.
Oh wait, and then 1 boon from Birdsong. So
There you
here we go.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna push it.
Go for it.
Let me get dazed after all that happened. It shook my world literally, and
It's all the pollen and stuff. It's just it's terrible.
It's getting into my allergies.
That's right.
Is that a bane? Allergies?
Allergies is a bane. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. I would give it if you have the allergies like I do, it'd be like a triple bane. So. But yeah, unfortunately, that thing is probably buried under rubble and foliage, and it's just you're just getting frustrated and angry. But on a good note, you can see Geyer is climbing down from the tree, and he's just got like handfuls of beautiful bright yellow apples.
Whoa.
Now that I've done all this, I'm actually gonna look at one and sort of tap it. Is it actually gold?
It is
Like
not.
solid.
It looks like a real apple, just yellow, like a bright golden yellow. It looked delicious.
Calcica, when she realizes the Geyer realizes that, she's trying really hard to like stop him from like I don't even know what he's gonna do. She already hears this in her head.
You guys did it at the same time. Look at that. Yeah, Geyer, as Connery walks up from his search and Kalsic is standing there, you're tapping these apples and they're just looking at your facial expression right now.
So I would like to approach Aussie and hold out the 9-hole ocarina to him.
Okay.
And, apologize. Say, I'm sorry, but Blue Toll didn't make it.
Oh, no, really? Can't believe they did this to him. He's like looking at the ocarina in his hands. And he was my best friend.
Would the ocarina look familiar to me from any sort of legend, iconography?
Make a Myths and Legends roll.
That's gonna succeed.
You have a sneaking suspicion that this is a beautiful instrument, but you've also heard stories that sometimes these things were used in summoning rituals.
This beautiful instrument. How long have you had this, or your friend has had this?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. He played it from time to time around the fire. Blue Toad was good at playing this. Made a beautiful melodies.
Did anything happen when he did that?
Makes beautiful noise. Would you like to try it? He hands it out to you, Tanuma.
I'll pick it up.
Okay.
And can I cast Sense Magic?
Sure.
Oh wait, that's a trick. I don't have to roll for my.
Yeah, I don't think you have to roll. You just have to spend your points.
Yeah.
As you kind of look over this, and you don't sense that this thing is magical.
Okay.
How long did you know Blue Toad?
Well, we've been friends for like 2 or 3 years.
When did you join the cult of Sathwell?
Excuse me?
And he just locks eyes with him. And he doesn't look away at all.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Pulls out the silver coin and shows him. How long have you been a member of the cult?
There must be some misunderstanding. I don't.
When Connery says this, can I just grab Osair's arm and just push his sleeves up? The second Connery shows that, Kalska's all. She trusts Connery anyway, but if he's accusing somebody and it's Connery, she's like, "Oh, f this," and she just grabs his arms and pulls the sleeves up to see if there's tattoos.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's make an open oppose roll. Okay. Let's call it. Use your agility. So we'll go acrobatics for you.
Okay, great. That's gonna be fun. I have a bane on that. That's fun.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's right. She was dazed earlier. I remember that.
Dazed earlier.
So if they both fail, then nothing happens.
Can I kick him?
But he did roll a demon, so I'm gonna allow it to happen.
Okay.
So
like
you grab and you pull up his sleeve. Tattoo on his forearm.
Her dagger is out.
Can I cast telepathy, power level 3?
Sure. Where are you guys getting all these willpower points?
Did we all take focus?
Oh, that's a demon. Oh, hey, let's go to a spell mishap, folks.
Oh wait, I actually don't have enough to do power level 3. It would be power level
You're still using the spell though, so it's still good.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, power
Magic
level,
mishap. I need you to roll for me to numeral a D.
I know, because I've rolled like a lot of 20s tonight on my magic.
Roll a
so.
D20 for me.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Let's make things interesting here.
And I also now only have 1 willpower point, so like I can't do
Look at the
anything.
anxiety going through Bell.
That's okay. Well, they're all doing that. Gyra's starting a fire.
I'm scared. How bad is it? I'm scared.
Oh no, roll a D6 for me to numeral.
Oh no!
This is gonna be great. A 5. To numeral turns into a deer. Oh, and it like stays, and you have to roll a D4 every morning. Like this is like
You're stuck.
you're a deer.
Hey, Connery, there's someone for you to talk to.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Looks like I have 2 companions now.
So you have the stats of a deer, but you retain your mental ability. You cannot speak. And you have to roll a D4 every morning. On a 1, you go back to your original form. A 2, 3, or 4, you remain a deer for the rest of that day.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm a deer.
So
Get out my bow and arrow.
Does you gonna eat me?
So all of a sudden, you guys see Tenumeral start to cast towards Asa, and then this bright flash, and standing in Tenumeral's spot is a doe.
Albert's heel.
Ears are like fluttering a little bit. And that's where we're gonna end this episode of Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor.